Well, beautiful people, best damn nation, what's happening? Thank you for joining the show. I am your humble host, Brian Renegade. And with me, I have the best damn crew. Uh, First of all, I have the entrepreneur of entrepreneurs. We know and love him as the genie of the best damn wrestling podcast. The dawn of the best damn wrestling podcast. The resident villain, LP, is in the building.
What's going on? Hopefully y'all can hear me because I'm on this road. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear.
Oh yeah, man, you coming through loud and clear, brother. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there on them streets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man. Next, we have the grappler of grapplers. We call him the Green-Eyed Bandit. You thought I was froze, but I'm not, because Mr. Everything is here in the flesh. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he can whoop your daddy ass, Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews.
What's going on? What's going on, good people? What's up? What's up?
Oh man, it's good to see you fellas in the place to be, man. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the realness, man. You guys got a hurricane heading your way, and I want you guys to be safe out there. There's already been some damage going on by Hurricane Ida. Am I saying that right? Ida. Anyway, it's an I, but she out there causing hell and flooding stuff. So everybody that's in the path of the hurricane, all the way from Florida up to the Carolinas, you guys be safe right now. I think there are 450,000 power outages right now, and then there are some tornado warnings for a couple of places, and then obviously there's a lot of flooding going on right now. So you guys be safe. In the storm, make sure you got matches and you got batteries. You know what I'm saying? If you got a generator, go ahead and start powering that up. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get your canned vegetables together. You know what I'm saying? Just in case your power go out. You know what I'm saying? You guys be safe out there.
All the milk and bread you can get.
All the milk and bread you can get, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got some sugar and some salt. That'll go a long way in an emergency, man. So everybody that's in the path of this storm, I want you guys to be safe and really count your blessings if you're fine. You know what I'm saying? If you're good, because not a lot of people are faring too good. You know, a lot of places getting flooded. It's not good. It's not good at all. So I just wanted to say that before we get the show kicked off. You know what I'm saying? You know, we try to keep it real out here, and it's on this podcast, man. Fellas, what's happening with you? What's going on, Mr. Everything? See you front and center, my friend. What's been going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. It's I'm always excited about doing the podcast. I'm not too excited today. Not too excited.
Man, we'll get into part of the reason. But man, yeah. Before we take it,
yeah, let's go to LP real quick before we. Let's see what LP got going on.
Yeah, LPZ, what's happening, man? Oh, there it is.
Hurricane Ida or Iota.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Wishing traveling mercies for your boy LP. He'll pop back in a second, man. Look, we can't hold it no longer, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. The news that swept the wrestling world. Actually, it's been a couple of deaths, man, that's happened that we gotta talk about. But I know last week we talked about the passing of Terry Funk, the legendary Terry Funk. And that was a big blow to the wrestling world, man, because Terry Funk is an absolute legend. He has reinvented himself. He has inspired millions of people, and we were saddened by the passing of Terry Funk, and we talked about that last week. And then, out of the blue, the late, great wrestler. I mean, this was a hard hit for the wrestling world, man. Your boy Bray Wyatt passed away, and man, that was hard. I think, and there's been a couple of deaths that happened this year, man. But I think that this one kind of hit hard, bro. This was almost like an Eddie Guerrero type feel, as far as how the fans perceived it and how sudden it was, and how impactful Bray Wyatt was within his career. I mean, it's very hard to do some of the things that he's done in his career, man, and that was a hard blow, because a couple of podcasts ago we were talking about that we were ready to see him come back, and maybe he can challenge your tribal chief Roman Reigns and take the belt from him. And we was saying all these things, man, and he was fighting some personal battles. I believe he had a heart condition of some sort, and he ended up catching COVID. And man, that was, I believe he told his wife that he was going to take a nap, and he never woke up. And so that was a hard blow, just to lose somebody that positive and that influential. Even though he played a dark character, Bray Wyatt, I know one of his last promos that was very memorable was him coming out and thanking the fans for helping him out during some dark periods in his life. And so to see Bray Wyatt pass away, man, that was very hard. Let me go to the wrestler of the Best Damn Wrestling podcast, man, and get your input, man. How did you hear the news, and what's going on with you now?
So I was actually at wrestling training. It's been a while since I've been able to go to training. And this particular day, I had a lady friend that's going to start training with me. She's going to be my China in the professional wrestling business. So you guys be on the lookout for that. But we were in there, and a couple of guys were at the facility, and we got in there. We started moving around a little bit. And one of the guys was like, yeah, man, it's crazy about Bray Wyatt. And I was like, what? He's still not coming back, or what's happening? He said, nah, he died. It's like, nah. Like, you lying, bro. Like, nah. It's like, no, really, bro. Like, he passed away. I said, well, there's got to be some type of rumor, fake news, or whatever. Stop listening to stuff that you hear on the social media. There's always somebody got to have something to say. Clickbait. There's always clickbait. Right. And he said, nah, we're serious, Vic. Like, he passed. And I said, well, pull it up. And until I see it, pull it up. And they pulled it up. And it was for real. And so the thing about it is I look at death and life totally different from everybody on this planet, right? I have the circle of life Mufasa mentality. We come, we go, and what we do in between is where it matters. And what Bray Wyatt has done between his birth and his death has truly mattered in the entire world, not just the wrestling community, but just in the entire world. One of the promos that you speak of when he was telling the fans thank you, and how he did not know how much he impacted people until someone came up to him and said, you saved my life. Just hearing your story or seeing the things that you've overcome made me want to overcome my same demons or what have yous. The biggest thing that I really want to discuss today, I don't want this podcast to be very solemn, so I don't want to stay on it too much. But the biggest thing is our health as professional wrestlers. And this is where it really pisses us off when people say wrestling is fake. It's until you do what we do at least once, please keep your mouth closed. You know, it is not fake. We literally go through pains every single day. The first day that you start training is the first day for the rest of your life that you're going to hurt. And, you know, look at guys like Seth Rollins, look at Randy Orton, look at Edge, you know, anybody and everybody, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Triple H, any and everybody who you ever heard about going through some kind of injury in some kind of way still kept going. That's our mentality. We still want to get in that ring and entertain and perform and do all these amazing things that you guys sit back and a lot of fans, they take for granted. You know, they talk trash, oh, you know, this and that, and oh, he botched. This is why I hate the word botch, because this is not supposed to be perfect. Everyone that watches want what we do to be perfect. And it's not going to be that way. It's just not going to be that way. We practice, we train, we talk about what we're going to do, but life happens, gravity happens, time happens, things happen. And, you know, if it was supposed to be perfect, I say to people, tell me a movie that you've watched where you can tell that everything they did in that daggone movie was perfect. The first time they did it. Because here's the thing, the stunts and the people that you see do these crazy things, you know, Vin Diesel jumping out of freaking spaceships and holding an airplane with one hand while, you know, baking a cake in the other hand and playing the piano with his toes. Did not happen that first time when you see it on a movie. They have opportunities to do it over and over and over and over again till they get it. We got one chance. When we get in that ring, we got one chance to get it right. And make it look good and make it look entertaining for the masses that pay their ticket and you know, pay their money for that ticket to sit in that seat and just to sit back and say that was fake. It's disrespectful. It's a disservice to us, and we really need to start looking at the seriousness of this. Bray Wyatt was somebody who, no matter what he was going through, he just wanted to get in that ring. Seth Rollins is dealing with a serious back injury, and he is still getting in that ring. I have a serious knee injury right now that just happened this past Saturday. You know what I'm going to do on Sunday? I'm getting in that ring because that's what I love to do. That's what we are here for. This is what we wake up every day to say, you know what? I'm going to go train, or I'm going to go to work, or I'm going to go to the gym because I know on this particular day, I got to go and get in the ring and feel alive and make someone else feel something that they never thought they felt before. I had a lady come up to me this past Saturday and tell me that her and the entire row that she was sitting in were crying because they were so emotionally invested in what me and Trey Havoc was doing in the middle of that ring. And for people to say, oh, this is fake and this is that and third, Bray Wyatt did not treat it like it was fake. Terry Funk definitely didn't treat it like it was fake. None of us do. So I say all that to say thank you, Bray. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, every wrestler that's out there that goes through this war and these battles and hitting the road and do all this traveling and driving just to entertain people who just don't understand. They just don't understand. Like I've driven to Cleveland, Ohio by myself, okay, to go and entertain. A 10-hour drive to the show, get there, get dressed, find out who my opponent is, what the details of the match is going to be, figure out what we're going to do, go out there, perform it to the best of our abilities, whether it's perfect in your eyes or not. But we go out there and we do it just to get right back in the car, no matter how bad you feel, no matter how banged up you are, get right back in the car and drive those 10 hours right back home. Just to make it in time to get up the next morning and go to work. That's what we do. That's why it's so special to us. That's why we don't stop. That's why, no matter how bad or how banged up we are, we still do it. Because there's some kid out there who loves it. There's some woman out there who needs to forget about whatever she's going through in life. There's some man that needs to figure about all the depression and things that they're going through. We save lives every single show. We save our own lives every single show. That's just my soapbox, man. Yeah, let's move on with the show.
Oh man, let it out. That's why we got this outlet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let it be known. You're right. Wrestlers do take a lot of risks, man. It is a lot of wear and tear on your body, and I think that when it was first announced that Bray was going to step away for a little bit, they said it was for some undisclosed issues, but obviously, his heart issue was a serious thing there. So we at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast want to say our condolences to the family of Bray Wyatt. Man, it was a hard blow. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So, certain things kind of hit you, man. I know when Eddie passed away, I kind of shed a tear. And then with this one with Bray, man, that was just so sudden. And I've always been a Bray Wyatt fan, man. So, man, it's gonna be hard to fill those shoes, man. But you see a lot of wrestlers paying tribute to Bray Wyatt, for sure, man. You even made a tribute to Bray Wyatt in a lot of ways. And I'm going to show a clip of the match that you had with Trey Havoc a little bit. I'm going to have you kind of do the commentary for it. But what's happening, Chef? We got Chef here, the Chef Showtime, man. Got to acknowledge, Chef, what's happening?
How are you fellas doing today?
Oh, man, we're good. I like the fit, man. You know what I'm saying? You looking mighty jazzy today.
This is my workout outfit.
Your work outfit, man. Money must be flowing in, then, Chef. I see it. You got some Wagyu beef in your freezer right now. I know it.
He worked for FedEx. He got that FedEx raise.
Oh, that FedEx raise.
That FedEx raise.
Yeah.
He pulled up in Lamborghinis dropping off packages.
Oh, man. Hey, look, all the groupies is following after the FedEx trucks, man. You might as well drive a Benz around. You got a FedEx truck, boy. You gonna get all the attention. Oh man, but it's good to see you, Chef, man. Let's talk about it real quick, man. We were talking about the passing of Bray Wyatt. Chef, I want to know, why don't you say a couple things about Bray Wyatt, man, and this passing.
Oh man, you guys know I'm a Bray Wyatt fan. That was my boy, #1 draft pick. It hit different from the other wrestlers. Like, okay, when I heard Terry Funk, I'm like, whatever. And he's a great, but I wasn't. But Bray Wyatt, man, like it's no words. I've been the whole time I've been telling you guys, oh, he about to come back and win this championship. And this, like as a fan, you knew something was wrong because he had that match with LA Knight, then disappear. Like that don't sit right. Like either they gonna fight. That means you got fired or you're hurt. Nobody knew what he was going through. Nobody like Miss Everything was saying. Man, these wrestlers nowadays be going through pain. Like Seth Rollins, his back's broke, and he's still out there performing to make sure people smile. And that's a big thing. Like they don't have to do it, but they do it for their fans. Like if it was up to Bray Wyatt, he probably still been in the match till the day he passed away. But that's some crazy stuff. Like it really hits different. Like I don't even want to watch wrestling that much no more because I can't see Bray Wyatt come out as a fiend or something. The Fireflies Funhouse. That was my stuff.
Yeah, man. Best Damn Nation. In the comment box, man, I want you to say some nice and kind things about Bray Wyatt if he's touched your life, if he's entertained you in any kind of way. Leave some comments in the comment box about the great Bray Wyatt or the legendary Terry Funk. Also, man, we lost Bob Barker, man. That was a hit. You know what I mean? Legendary game show host. And he also hosted one of the most successful Monday Night Raws, man. He is forever a WWE legend also on the celebrity wing, man. And so that was a big loss, man.
What come to mind, bro? This was fun. This would come to mind. Every time I hear Bob Barker, remember the movie Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
Yeah.
When he got to a fight and he beat up Happy and he like, the price is wrong, bitch. Every time I hear his name, that's what pops in my head all the time.
Oh man, Bob Barker, man, is an absolute legend, man. And so that was, throughout the game show world, and that was a huge loss right there, man. Oh man, let's you know what? Let me put somebody on the spot real quick, man. He had a match, and I want you to talk about it, Mr. Everything. You had a match this past weekend with Trey Havoc, man, and heard you guys went to court. It was a battle. I saw a lot of the match, man, and it was absolutely great match. I'm sure the fly from it. You know what I'm saying? That looked like it was a prime fight. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it hurt. You know what I'm saying? It looked like y'all went through it. Let's talk about this match a little bit, man. And I know you just mentioned a little bit about it. And you made women cry and in the front row throwing panties and stuff after the match. Let's talk about this match that you had, man, with Trey Havoc, bro.
Absolutely. So, the promos, like, I don't think a lot of people understand promos make a match. We can go there and put up a graphic and say, these two individuals are going to wrestle. What's going to really make you care about the fact that these two individuals are going to wrestle? Trey Havoc, I met him probably, I want to say maybe 5 years ago. And he reached out to me. He said, hey, would you mind if I came and trained with you? I said, not a problem, come on out. And this man would drive 2 hours. Him and his wife would drive 2 hours and just be at training with me at 7:00 and then train with me for about 2-3 hours and then drive 2 hours back home. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what, this dude really wants it. And he would do it twice a week, 2-3 times a week with no argument, no gripes, nothing. His wife is very understanding, which is very big. We need somebody, and when we're in this industry, we got to have somebody who's truly behind you like that, who will be like, you know what, if you're going, I'm going too, because I don't want you on that road by yourself. So shout out to Callie for being that woman for Trey. So the promos was pretty much saying almost like a student versus teacher type thing, you know, a mentor versus mentee. And I pushed Trey even in the promos to be able to excel, you know, bring himself up, you know, be greater than what he's been used to. And I told him, don't worry about the title. You know, the championship is one thing. I could take that from you any day. But I want you to show the world how good you are so I can show them how great I am. You know, if you can go out there and show them how good you are as a fighter, a wrestler, or a sports entertainer, whatever label they want to put on, that compliments me. That shows how great I am because I gave you some tools. And during the entire match, I just kept yelling at him, like, don't you give up, don't you stop. Don't you stop fighting, don't you stop breathing. I don't care how much pain you're in. I'm in just as much pain, but I'm going to get up. And I expect you to get back up too. And the fans hearing that was different from them because they never really hear wrestlers really talk in that type of manner, you know? And the lady said she's been watching wrestling for 50 years and she's never seen a match like that. She's never seen someone get pushed to their limit like that. And she said that, you know, being that I pushed him to my limit, I was able to exceed my own limits. And it's kept bouncing back and forth. So I'm not sure which clip you have. It may be the Bray Wyatt one. But yeah, we were projected to do 15 minutes. We ended up doing like 20, 25. Solid. One of the spots that I actually got hurt in, which is why it's never perfect, ladies and gentlemen. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But he gave me a German suplex. This is 3 to 5 minutes into the match. And he gave me a German, and you guys seen German suplexes. Usually you land on your back. Trey's a little bit stronger than what we expected him to be. And he grabbed me and he threw me, and I ended up doing a backflip in midair. And I had to catch myself some kind of way so that I could land as safe as possible. And in landing, my leg ended up going inward and kind of blew my knee a little bit. And that was just one of 3 Germans. So after I took that first one, I had to get ready for 2 more. So even with that quick injury happening, you know, during that, I still had to push through to be ready to be there for him, to make him look good. That's what we do. We make each other look good. We still be there for each other in that ring. And still had to wrestle for another 15 minutes and also give him a German of my own. So, and he's 250 pounds. So, you know.
Well, I think I have a little bit of that, man. And it's a minute and 30 seconds. So I want you to kind of like navigate and commentate your own match from the clips. So just keep it going throughout. So let's see a little bit of Mr. Everything Get Down with your boy, Trey Havoc.
All right, so right here, this is a big spine buster, and this is where I give him the really strong headlock. You know, I do a lot of MMA style stuff, so just kind of rain down some elbows on him. And this is where the German that I've been talking about comes into play. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is where Trey Havoc shows me how strong he is and blows my knee out. And I still get up and I'm like, you know what? Let's go for the second one. And this one is just as bad because I land right on my knees. And then the third one, I'm trying to block it. Get off me. Get your hands off me. Stop it. But he won't stop it because he's going to jump in my behind right across the daggone ring. And, of course, I got to give him one back. And 250 pounds. Yeah. And I couldn't even get the energy to be able to finish the pin. But here is where I'm telling him to don't give up, get up and keep fighting. And this is where I'm going to go give him my claymore, but he takes my cookies. He took all cookies, and I'm like, I'm still up. And then he kills me again. And he gets to 1, 2, 3 right there, ladies and gentlemen. And he remains the next level pro wrestling heavyweight champion. And right after the match is when he gave us a little promo telling the crowd, what I've done for him in his career. And of course, he's crying because he's sensitive. Trey's a good guy. And and we embrace and I say a couple of words. And we actually had his wrestling father, Ali, from the Gorilla Squad there. And I had a chance to talk to him after the match, and he was like, I expecting nothing less from the two of you. And he said, in fact, you guys exceeded my expectations. He told us that there's not many matches where he can go and watch and get swayed from one side to the other, who he wants to win or who he thinks is about to win. And he said that he was so caught up in it that he got emotional himself. And, he's a big 6'5", 345-pound guy, one of the gentle giants who, you can't really make him feel touched in the heart as much. I mean, he said that match right there really touched him because it was like me still training Trey on how to be better. It's like Goku versus Kale, when they had that big tournament of power fight and Goku was training her the entire time they're fighting just to make her better so he can be better. And that's my mentality. I want guys who get in the ring with me to feel like they walk away better because if I can make you stronger, and that makes me want to get stronger because now I have a goal to reach. I want to be the strongest.